I am not interested in what you have to say if you're promoting hopelessness. I cannot afford to live in hopelessness. I can't do it personally. But when you have lost all hope, it absolutely cripples and stifles you. And
laziness is just a symptom.
It is a symptom of hopelessness. You are frozen. I'm not going to listen to talk radio that promotes hopelessness. Most of it does. I'm not going to watch or listen to the media that promotes hopelessness. Most of it does. I am on a quest for anyone who can offer me hope. You offer me hope, I am going to attach myself to you like a leech. You're going to have to fight me off with a stick. You give me hope, I'm interested. Tell me more. Keep talking. You want to influence me? Give me hope. I'm not interested in your criticism. I know why things are bad. Everybody knows why things are bad. We all understand the problems. And I'm telling you, I'm on this quest. I'm sniffing. I'm like one of these dogs that smell for drugs. Only I've been trained to smell for hope. That's exactly what I am. I'm like one of these canines. I have been trained. They have taken hope and they said, go get it. That's what I am now. I am out to find hope.
You're like a hope pit bull.
I honestly believe that the left is under the impression that there's only so much to go around. There's a certain pie. And that if this person makes too much, then this person will go without. So therefore, the left is always about redistribution. It's always about taking from this person and giving to that person, because there's only so much to go around. Because the left comes from the original standpoint that there is no God. There are no absolutes. There is no truth. And so if there is no creator, then we do live in a very limited society. We live in a very limited world. And there's only so much to go around. But if you believe that there are absolutes and there is truth and there is a creator, then it is a limitless world, because there's a creator. And the creator can always be creating. There's an abundance of wealth. There's an abundance of ideas. There's an abundance of possibilities. There's an abundance of new ways to do things. It's limitless because there is a creator. And that creator can work through mankind to create even more. It's not limited. When you think about it, this is a tremendous compliment to the left. If you lived in a world where there's just so much to go around, then it is the right thing to do to control that limited amount of stuff. Because if you don't redistribute wealth, you're going to cause great pain and suffering to those who don't have, because there's only so much to go around, because there's no creator. This is what is at the core of leftism. Michigan just yesterday, as you know, passed right-to-work legislation. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about right-to-work legislation?
I think that in Alaska, I'm not ready for it. In Alaska, personally.
But isn't there something fundamentally wrong with saying to someone, if you want to work and have this job, you have to pay cash to the union?
Yeah, I just need to understand more about it.
What do you need to understand?
Well, I mean, is there a bill that you're proposing?
Well, you said you wouldn't support right-to-work legislation. If there was a bill today that said simply, very, very narrowly, union, you cannot be forced to give money to a union to have a job, would you support that bill?
Yeah, I don't want to answer hypothetical. I don't know of a bill. I'd have to look at it to see again.
Well, I just described it.
Yeah, I mean, there
you
are
wouldn't
lots
support
of
that
bills, Dan. I mean, first of
all, no, but
all,
I'm asking that bill. You wouldn't support a bill like that would narrowly say you cannot force someone to give cash to a union just to have a job.
I'm not going to be set up in a question like that, in the sense that I don't know. I've already explained to you that it's too complicated for me.
But it's not complicated.
It is.
It's a yes or no answer.
It's a very complicated issue.
Do you support drilling in Anwar?
That's something that I've always been against.
Do you think we should have ever developed Prudhoe or Kupari?
I think it was something that was a resource that was given to us by Congress as one of the things that funds our state government.
Do you think it was a good idea?
That is, as a matter of fact,
to develop that part of the North
think that's something that happened, and I think that's something you accept.
But do you think it was a good idea to develop Kupari and Prudhoe Bay?
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, so you think it was a good idea?
Was it a good idea? I think it's one resource. I think there are many other resources.
Was it a good idea?
It was one of many possibilities.
But was it a good idea?
I guess I wouldn't really look at it that way.
I don't care who I end up with as a wife. I don't care how much I love her. I will, if she ever asks me to wear a matching t-shirt, I will divorce her on the spot. And I know you're not supposed to allow divorce as an option in your marriage, but that will be the end of our marriage. There's two things I will not do. I will not wear a matching t-shirt, and I will not sit on the same side of the booth when it's just us.
Really?
I'm just not going to do that.
Really?
That's right. That's where I draw the line. I'll do anything else.
Why won't you sit on the same side of the booth?
It just seems odd to me. I want to see the woman. I don't want to, because you got to do this. And you're like this the whole time.
Yeah, but
I
you're
want to
like
look at
right next to somebody.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm the complete opposite about that.
Oh, I'm not.
I like sitting next to somebody.
I don't mind cuddling and put my arm around her and all that stuff. I don't mind all that stuff. But not when you're eating. I want to see her. I want to talk to her and I want to look right at her.
So that's that much of a deal breaker?
That's a huge deal breaker. That and matching t-shirts. That's it. That'll end. So for all you ladies out there who have hopes of marrying me someday, just make a note. Make a note that those two things will knock you out of the deal. You'll be out.
Good to know.
Yep. There you go.
Good to know. Do you want to message that on Facebook too?
I may put that on Facebook. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. I might do that.
You can start to narrow down your prospects this way.